Sandy, let's come on to you then. And well, perhaps we could consider this to be a good news story with the recent activity in the High Court over low traffic zones.
Yes, and don't we need cheering up a bit, to be honest? Yes, on the 9th of May, a South London local campaign group, the West Dulwich Action Group, won a High Court victory against Lambeth Council in a judicial review to scrap low traffic neighbourhood schemes in the area. Now, this potentially could overturn. It's the first time it's happened that these schemes have been lawfully challenged in the High Courts, and this could potentially overturn LTNs, 15-minute cities, and low traffic neighbourhoods. Sorry, what do they call them? Livable neighbourhoods. Sorry, they've got so many words for them. Anyway, these schemes are very flawed, and this all came to light in this particular case. Prior to seeking the judicial review, it was done under a judicial review, and these are the people that the main people that challenged it, the group. And they, prior to seeking this judicial review, the West Dulwich Campaign Group has submitted a 53-page dossier to the council highlighting what they saw as flaws in the process. This included concerns about the LTN worsening air pollution, displacing traffic into boundary roads, increasing road danger to residential streets. There was also concerns that the overwhelming levels of opposition, about 67.5%, were literally being ignored. And the High Court ruled that Lambeth Council acted unlawfully in implementing the LTN. The court found that the council failed to properly consider this 53-page report, which is a massive flaw. And the failure to have done this was a serious failing, rendering the decision to make the orders unlawful. So this is really quite big. And the councillors who challenged it, I mean the activists that challenged it, they said Lambeth Council chose to spend public funds fighting the very community it exists to serve, rather than sitting down with us to find a workable, locally supported solution. Meanwhile, over 700 residents and businesses had no choice but to raise more than £50,000 to just have their voices heard. It's a shameful misuse of resources that could have been avoided through genuine engagement. So, the judge who presided over this, his name is Tim Smith, said the council was guilty of a masterclass in selective partial reporting in how it reported the outcome of a library consultation. Now, these consultations, we know, are flawed because they're not done in any way that's representative of the community that they're trying to push this consensus on. So this is another example of councils acting ultra vires, which really means serious overreach beyond the scope of their authority or the power granted to them by law. And we're seeing this across the board, particularly where I am, where freedom of speech is in the balance, where you've got councillors all going off sick, and apparently this is what happened in this case. A lot of them actually couldn't cope. 2 years ago, when they had a meeting in 2023 over this Lambeth Council LTN, a lot of them were in tears. A lot of the councillors were in tears, and the staff were offered well-being leave. We're seeing this. They're really getting upset about being challenged. Well, boo-hoo, this is what we're finding. So in the broader sense, this really does give us some kind of decent precedent to challenge all of this. And Councillor Razina Chowdhury, Deputy Leader of Lambeth Council, said the authority was considering the implications of the judgment, but the LTN would remain in place for now. And this is, again, a kind of example of their hubris. So maybe the council will try and challenge it, I don't know. But for now, it's a definite victory. And hopefully the people's voices will be heard.
Do you think, Sandy, do you think the reason they get so upset when they're challenged on this is that they're so ideologically bought into their own narrative that they can't, they've lost the ability to represent anybody? They're only there to represent the policy itself?
Absolutely. I mean, I've seen it. Our town clerk has gone off, and he's not likely to come back because he's being challenged about having actually, lawfully. We're looking into the lawful challenge against them for what they've done, and they can't cope with it. They actually have this hubris that they believe that they are above the law. That's it.
Yeah, well, on that topic, I'll just mention that the legal precedent for this comes from I believe the 18th century. It's Entick versus Carrington is the case law, and what that law basically says is that us as individuals have the right to do anything except what is expressly denied to us by law. Whereas corporate entities, governments, these types of people have the right to do nothing except what is permitted by law. Now, what became clear a number of years ago was that councils were increasingly reversing that position and were attempting to take upon themselves the right to do anything that they chose. And this is something that we've seen time and time again. And we absolutely need to keep in mind the legal precedent in this country is that it's only us as human beings, as individuals, that have the right to do what we like, unless it's prevented by some kind of restriction, legal restriction. Otherwise, they have the right to do nothing. And so, I think that should be borne in mind. Thank you for that, Sandy. Let's move on. If you like what the UK Column does, you'd like to support us, the link is on the front page of the UK Column website to the support page. Please do go there. You can make a donation. You can join us as a member. You can help us by picking something up at the UK Column shop. And of course, if you do buy something from clive2carl.com, some kind of health product, we do get a small commission for that, so long as you use the link on this page. I'm going to say a massive thank you to everybody that does support us that way. But if you can't, please at least do share the material that you find on the UK Column website in particular, and share links are available on all the content there. Now, tonight at 7 p.m, Germ Warfare is going to be speaking to Michelle Wilkins about Kurt Cobain, and he did not kill himself, she says. So join Germ for that at 7 p.m. on the live stream. Tomorrow at 1 p.m, Brian will be speaking to another resident of Fernethy Residential School in Scotland. This is Debs. So that will be at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Join Brian and Debs for that. Then just to let you know that the on-demand version of The Truth About ME with Catherine Van Dom and Dr. Liz Evans is on the website at the moment. Stand in the Light. Let's have another reminder for that. That's happening May the 23rd to the 26th. That's a bank holiday weekend. Gilgarran and Cumbria, if you're not going to that, if you're in the area at least, we strongly recommend you do. They're looking forward to a good turnout for that. And we're delighted to say, Charles, that the Light newspaper has covered our recent live event.
Absolutely, yes. Very many thanks to Serena Wilde, who was at the event with us, and she's written a great piece in the most recent edition of The Light. So there we go, highlighting the important and symbiotic relationship between The Light and UK Column, and we'll look forward to seeing Serena at the next event. But there's also she spoke to Catherine Gunn, who was one of our speakers, and that's also contained within this edition, so do get your copy.
Thank you. And a reminder of Sounds Beautiful taking place in Wimborne of Dorset, June the 26th to 29th. Go. Basically, we will be there. We can't make it to the Stand in the Light this year. We will be there next year, I'm quite sure, but we will be at Sounds Beautiful. And if anybody hasn't entered the giveaway for 2 free tickets on the UK Column Facebook page, the opportunity is there. So please do head over to the UK Column Facebook page and enter that if you would like to get 2 free tickets to Sounds Beautiful. Now,